So last year I bought my beloved BMW M6, the V10 one, the sweet sounding one, and I took it for a run down our local drag strip, Santa Pod Raceway. This was the first time I'd really put my foot down in this car, so let's see how it went. The clip you just watched was that time there in the middle, but as you can see I run 3 times that day and all 3 times were pretty consistent. A few of you may be wondering, why didn't I use launch control? Well, apart from the fact that I'm not used to launch control, I find it a bit hit and miss. This one's definitely a hit. And this is what happens when things go wrong. Yeah, it looks great going down the road, completely useless on a drag strip. Okay, I might be picking on the convertible a bit because it is 300 kilos heavier, but nevertheless that's an American model there and their launch control limit is far less than the European model. Now what you see here is I'm over in that left lane and this is my friend in the E46. I've applied a tiny bit of left foot braking with the handbrake and let off. Okay, he's carrying far more weight than I am, but you know, that's the kind of pull away I'm after at these drag strips. So what have I done to the M6 after that late summer of 2015? Well, for £1,500 I had some Eisman race cans fitted to the car, about $2,500 there. I had the car remapped with the top end limiter taken away, and some BMC air filters fitted to it, just under 520 horses there. And then, disaster. And I mean big disaster. Yep, the clutch had blown. £2,000 on these sweethearts. It's definitely no VW Polo when it comes to getting stuff like that fixed. I then had the car picked up by the Biddenden Motorworks garage, I hope I said that right, or Scott's Performance as I like to call them, it's a lot easier. Apart from the clutch that they found smashed, we had to have a new oil seal fitted on the diff pinion, and that's it, a couple of other bits. So I thought rather than get depressed about all this and everything, you know, the cost of this, let's get it back with something special. So I had the car lowered, I put some E-back springs on it, 25mm at the rear, 20mm at the front, or 1.75 inch in old money. And yeah, these guys were absolutely fantastic, BMW specialists in the southeast of England. The results, well, this old girl takes a little bit of time to get used to, but I think she looks great, looks absolutely stunning. So it's now September 2016 and we've got to go back to a drag strip. We've got 20 horses more, the car's got a new clutch, £600 worth of new rear tyres and the service. Yeah, we've got to go back to the drag strip. I couldn't make it to any of Santa Pod's summer events and that's kind of disappointing because I do like Santa Pod. For anyone that knows that raceway, it's level, it's very well maintained, and the road surface is smooth, you get great traction. But if you have used another raceway, you'll notice that Santa Pod is slightly uphill. It levels off at the finish line and then starts going a bit downhill. And this could be really testing, even on the world's best cars, as seen by these 2 sweethearts here. By the way, thankfully, these 2 did finish the day with much better results than that. So back to the M6, and we're at a new location, the Shakespeare County Raceway. Beautiful place. So we're here to do some times. This was September 2016. Let's see how we got on.
forward.
Bit up on the time, but we're a bit down on the terminal speed. Okay, so for run 2 I just had to keep the beginning of this video clip in for this little fail.
Whoa.
So after the second run we've done a little bit worse on the time, but we've improved slightly on the terminal speed. So nothing gained from last year's car, which had an aging clutch, it was completely bog standard, and you know, just goes to show. I think a well maintained raceway like Santa Pod gives you better results, even with that slight uphill. We'll find out next month when I'll be taking the car up there. That's the real proof of the pudding. This track here, Shakespeare County Raceway, I absolutely love it. The staff were fantastic, but the track itself, a little bit in need of maintenance, very bumpy, especially for these kind of cars. But hey, I still enjoyed my day, and a video would not be complete without the fails. So here's one of them.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, excuse the French there, and for those of you who noticed, I knocked it up twice into 5th gear. Okay, this next one was against some aging drag car. Now if this guy's crossing the line at 13.1, then I think it's time for me to go home.
No 120 mile an hour today, I'm afraid. We'll go and check out the times and then get something to eat and go home, because forget it. This, even though it's flat, it's Santa Pod's better. Santa Pod has got a lot more grip, a lot less bumps. So I mean, today we'll be lucky if we pulled a 13. Simple as that. Okay, peace out.
So that was it for this raceway and beautiful historical Warwickshire. The next time you'll be seeing me is when I'll be going to Santa Pod. I think it's in October, and we'll be running some times there, back to the original place when the car was standard. So subscribe to keep up, like, dislike, agree, disagree, whatever. So drive safely and goodbye.